It has been a week since I last was here. It is Sunday today, and I was here last Sunday last. So this is one way to know that this is really solid. She doesn't freak out on the noise, on the movement, on the touch even. She really pays attention to my intention, which in this case is nothing to worry about, no matter how close the movement and the noises. Very good. And this is important for any horse. You want to make sure that the horse is attuned to the rider or handler rather than to what is happening in the environment. So this is not so much an exercise in desensitization, getting them dull. On the contrary, it is an exercise in getting them attuned to my energy, the handler's energy, and eventually the rider's energy. And my energy at present is saying this has nothing to do with you. It is of no concern. You don't need to respond, and you certainly don't need to react. Super good girl. But then when I do ask for a response, because my energy is changing and is now intending for a response, let's say a backup, barely any energy projected on her. I'm not being very strong. I'm being far more subtle than when I'm cracking my whip around her that she doesn't respond to because it's not an appropriate response. But then when I do ask her to move off my whip, I can be incredibly subtle and she still responds. So this is very, very, very solid on this pony right now. And as long as the human that is working with the horse is in charge of their own energy, and as long as there's some attunement between the horse and the handler or rider, then this should be transferable. If somebody is anxious while doing this and concerned that the horse will have a negative response, then likely that will manifest. This is all about being in control over your own energy as a horse person. And being able to communicate intention regardless of the movements you and or your tools make. Oh, you deserve a treat for that, don't you? Let me get a good crackle. There. Super. You are a very good girl. So now my energy is changing into something that has a request behind it. A little backup. Very good girl. And now I'm going to send her out on the circle. Super good girl. Keep going, sweetie. You are a good girl. Oh. Good girl. Very, very good. The voice cues are coming along nicely with Lily. She is all in all a different pony than when I started with her, obviously. I've been putting quite a few hours in her by now. She is too small for me to mount, but she would definitely be ready to be started on her saddle by a competent little rider. She's definitely safe to work around. She's willing. Any small rider that has a little bit of skill would be able to bring her along quite nicely. Super good.